Hi. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, there's already 5 of you for a secret stream? Hardly announced. Didn't make a big deal of this at all. How's it going? Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everybody's had a good day. Hello. Do I still know what I'm doing? Hold on. Also, because I haven't touched my OBS in like months, please let me know if I have tech issues. I tested my mic and everything before, and I think it sounds okay, but like, my number one stream anxiety before I go live ever is always just like something spontaneously combusting in terms of the tech setup that I have and it not working. I hope everybody has had a good week though. It has been a minute. I have dropped off the face of the earth. If you've been keeping up with me on my socials, primarily on Instagram, I think is where I do most of my updating. I'll talk for a second about where I've been and what's going on in my life and what's coming. Today we are going to finish the Homestyler testing though. Finally, I realized I think that was the last stream we did back in October, and we got pretty much, we tested most things except for I think the custom cabinet maker and the roof tool. And I think there's actually been some tools added to Homestyler since we opened it last. I'm looking at dormer windows, railings, and fences now. So that might be cool to play around with today. But I'm going to take a minute to yap before we get going and just, because to be honest, I have some really exciting updates. I'm really excited. So if you haven't been to my channel before, if you haven't watched me live, hello, we're happy to have you. My name's Angorabuilds. I'm an architectural technologist based out of Western Canada, and I model buildings in 3D for a living. I also stream about home design on Twitch and YouTube, so hello from both platforms. But a quick disclaimer before we get going, my chat bubbles that you see, there isn't any today because I haven't streamed in like for 5 ever. They are only linked to my Twitch chat. I think now we can combine Twitch and YouTube chats without any repercussions, as far as I've heard. So that's going to be my next task, my next project that I would like to do before we go live more regularly again. So yeah, like I said, I'm a professional architectural technologist. I model buildings in 3D for a living. I work for an architecture firm that does really cool mountain architecture in Western Canada. I do a lot of commercial, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like resort, hotel, service industry stuff. Before I was with them, I was with a commercial interior design firm for almost 7 years, and I did primarily commercial offices, commercial interiors, commercial retail, that kind of stuff. So the bulk of my experience is interior design, actually, surprisingly, but I have spent the last almost 2 years now in the world of architecture, which is why I made the shift in the first place and why I decided to move on from my previous company in that direction. To be honest, the whole reason I started streaming actually in the first place was because I was so plateaued in what I was learning with commercial interiors. I wanted a challenge, and I wanted to learn more about like different things that I wasn't doing on a day-to-day basis. So I started live streaming on Twitch about home design, specifically so that I could learn about different kinds of design styles, different kinds of project work that I just wasn't doing. And I kind of had one of those ask and you shall receive experiences in the last 6 months. So this is kind of where I've been. Okay. If you've kept up with my channel, you know that I pivoted to this architecture firm, I think around in like 2024. And then I'd say my last stream was October. Pretty much around that same window, I ended up getting kind of an unexpected job pivot in terms of my role with my company. So as an architectural technologist in the past, my experience primarily is focusing on making blueprints and 3D modeling and helping with renders and kind of more like the support for the designers. Well, I ended up in an unexpected pivot into construction administration and construction management, kind of. So one of my really big projects, there was some shifting in some staff at my firm, and who was still staying with us. Someone left unexpectedly, and I ended up in this contract admin role. And so contract administration is the liaison between the designer and the general contractor and the trades to make sure that the designer's vision actually gets constructed properly in reality. And you also kind of help with the support with the client to make sure that their budget is intact as well. Contract admin is very... I'm trying to figure out how I want to articulate this. It's very on the clock all the time. Like, I was getting phone calls from contractors like at 5:30 on Fridays. Everything is very, especially in the early phases, like when you just get out of building permit and everybody's trying to hit the ground to get everything going. It's very stressful. And because this was a new role for me and I hadn't been in this position before, I love my firm, but admittedly we were lacking in a little bit of support for training for me. So I wasn't really able to balance the content live streaming stuff that I've been doing as a hobby on the side with the stress and the attention that was needed to adopt and learn this new role. This new role is really cool. I love being able to go to I'm doing a lot more site visits, a lot more construction meetings with like everybody on the project team. Prior to this, I was actually not really in any meetings. And like the only time I went to site was if the designer wanted to bring me to site to educate me on how buildings got built. Now my role is actually like overseeing what's done on site and making sure that it's getting built properly. It's kind of a high stakes role. And in hindsight, I'd say it took me from like November into April to feel like the training wheels could be taken off in this new role. Even now, today, like since I've made this pivot from architectural technologist into contract construction administrator, I didn't start stream today until like pretty much the end of day in my local area work time, because I'm still getting phone calls from anybody on the consultant team, the contractors, asking questions about how things are done. Can they do things differently? Have to be met. And to be honest, construction administration can get a little bit spicy in terms of like interpersonal dynamic, navigating the give and the take of like, when do you put your foot down? When do you, also, wait, how's the quality of my stream doing, by the way? Sorry, I just got a spinning wheel. So if I'm cutting out, please let me know. Oh my god. So like in addition to, okay, this stream break has been a very synchronistic compiling of like multiple factors for why I actually haven't been regularly live streaming. The main one being this job switch into construction admin. One of the smaller ones being that this house that we moved into in last October is not good internet. Not good internet at all, actually. I've learned that like we struggle with just like live streaming Netflix to our regular TV from the Wi-Fi, and so I'm hardwired in, but if you notice any lagging or dropping off, please flag it to me. If it seems like my stream is not gonna be well supported enough, I might forego the Homestyler start and just keep this as like a personal updates. This is where I've been in my life. So yeah, there was the job switch, and now I feel like the training wheels are off. We actually ended up hiring a summer student about a month ago now, who has been working on helping to be CA support because we've had so much of it on the go. And it's kind of a cool feeling to like show someone, even though I only started learning this back in like October, to show someone, like to train someone and be like, wait, I do know how to do this. I do know how to tell this person that I don't like the finishes that they picked on these railing colors, or they did a good job with this substitution, or whatever. So I feel like in the last like month, I've finally leveled out in terms of like workload and work-life balance. So it's calmed down. However, spontaneously, surprisingly, just as my work had started leveling out, again, if you have been following up with my channel for a while, you would know when I first started streaming, what actually also helped prompt me into live streaming was that Krish and I had a bungalow that we owned that we were actually renovating with the intention of flipping it and reselling it when the market was hot, with the goal of earning enough so that we could move somewhere more rural and kind of lower our cost of living. Because I work 100% remote, and he's a home inspector, so he can kind of move his work anywhere. So this has been like a 6-year game of chess for us, actually. So like if you check out my earlier streams on my VOD playlist on I think I made one on YouTube, so you should be able to see it. When I first started streaming, I was actually doing a lot of design streams about like the house flip that we were doing, like our kitchen renovations or the bathroom renovation. And I do have some videos on my YouTube channel of the like process that went into the actual construction side after we finished doing the design together. That was actually like my favorite content to make. That content window was so awesome. I love home design. I love renovation work. My dream is to flip houses, actually. But back in last year, 2025, early 2025, it reached this kind of weird like dynamic in the real estate market in Western Canada where the real estate market was just so hot and homes were getting bought up so fast. But inflation was starting to catch up and the economy was starting to catch up. And so the only people that were really buying homes in our area were actually less families or like normal people and more developers actually that were knocking homes down in the inner city where our house was and buying infills. And so it reached a point with this house flipping endeavor that we had in our first bungalow where it didn't really financially seem to make sense that we would actually get the return of our investment if we actually went through with renovating the whole main floor. We actually had renovated the whole basement already. There was a lot that we did. We did a lot of yard work, new fence, roof, whatever, but it didn't make sense to pour more money into it. And we could see that the market was pretty much peaking. And again, Krish works in home inspections. He talks to realtors all the time. We kind of saw the writing on the wall. There was an impeding and still kind of is an impeding crest and downturn in housing prices. So we actually made the decision to pull the chute and sell the house last year. Which in hindsight actually was the peak time to do it. And so we sold our house back in March, and coincidentally, we didn't really know where we were going to go, but we were like, shoot, like we're not ready to pursue moving rural. We're not ready to like buy a property rural because like Krish he only started home inspecting in the last 3 years. He just felt like he wanted to get more job experience in our big city before going somewhere with less support. And so we ended up in a 6-month rental, literally just down the block. Actually, it was amazing. And so that was it's funny because if you watch my VODs back, you can like see my background change about every 6 months. But the 6-month rental was owned by a developer that was going to knock it down. So we had to find another rental after 6 months, which is the house that I'm in now, which is the one that has our internet struggles. That again, like I said, if my quality of my stream is an issue, please flag it to me. Please let me know. And coincidentally, that one only ended up being a 8-month lease because the homeowner owns the house next door too. This is like a really tiny character bungalow in the inner city, and the house next door is a little tiny character bungalow as well. So the landlord, it makes more sense when he decides to sell to package both together and just sell it for lot value so that a developer can build an apartment building here or something. So he wanted our lease to line up with the neighbor. So he was like, let's just do 8 months and then we can line it up. And Krish and I, in our time here, we realized we're not super happy here. It's very inner city, and to be honest, there's a lot of riffraff. We've had our yard broken into pretty much weekly. Our car has been broken into probably like 5 or 6 times now, and we have our like camper van, our vintage camper van that is a restoration. We've been working on it for like years, and it's like it's classified as a heritage vehicle, actually. Again, if you poke around on my socials, you'll probably find photos of it somewhere. I think I've posted it on my Instagram. I can share photos another time because I'll get to the van too. But right now our van is covered up for winter, and we don't really want to uncover our van anymore because like we're in the kind of neighborhood where it's really trendy, it's really popular. It's actually a lot of really nice homes around us, but due to the vicinity to public transit and the vicinity to kind of like the core downtown area that we're in and stuff, it's a target for petty crime. And so our roommate has had her window in her vehicle smashed, and our van has heritage windows. I'm effing. I think, are we effing? Is the stream stable now? Hello, are we okay? One sec. I'll put this in the chat for us, but just in case you haven't refreshed, maybe give it a refresh. Yeah, if the stream isn't stable, we won't get to it. So again, here's a big reason why I haven't been streaming regularly. Like, Krish is struggled with just like basic work stuff and like even PC gaming. He struggled with PC gaming online in this house here. So, hi Nebungs, how are you? Long time no see. You're in the middle of my big life update. Again, I am doing a secret short stream to kind of do this update. But we'll see how long we last today if my stream isn't stable. Unfortunately, it looks like I've dropped at least twice. So I know when I first moved to this house and I was talking about it on stream in October and I was so excited about being here, I did not know that the internet situation was going to be terrible like this. And I don't think it's actually our house per se. Like, I'm hardwired in. I have like 100-foot long Ethernet cable hardwiring me in. I actually think it might be our neighborhood because our neighborhood is very inner city. It's very up and coming. It's got a ton of construction. So I kind of wonder if they just mess with the utilities in this neighborhood a lot and it impacts the quality of like internet that we get. Unfortunately, it's driving me crazy. But I have a big update. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I'm telling my story, but I'm talking about how the house that we're in right now, just a lot of petty crime. A lot of petty crime. It also doesn't have a lot of storage. We don't have a garage here. Everything's outside. So while our lease here was only 8 months, Krish and I weren't sure if we were really that happy to stay here. Just because I think it would be really fun if we were like in our early 20s and didn't really have like a bunch of like construction tools and like our nice our nice renovated camper van that we have completely finished the exterior of. Just those kinds of things that we weren't sure if we wanted to stay. So we kind of made the choice that we're like, okay, our lease is up in June. We have to either find somewhere to rent or figure something else out. And meanwhile, while we're kind of looking for stuff to rent, part of me was like, oh, maybe we should just buy something in our city then and just like sit here for a little bit longer. But like, to be honest, we've already been priced out of our city. Like, it's actually kind of like I could go on a huge tangent about how hard they make it for regular people to buy homes. And like I'm saying this honestly kind of from a place of privilege. Krish and I have very comfortable middle class incomes, and we're struggling to qualify for a detached house in our price range, like in the entirety of our city, basically. So our ultimate goal is to go rural. I look at the rural real estate markets all the time. We have always wanted to move to basically the Rocky Mountains, be kind of more close to nature, more close to a ski hill, more close to like lakes, outdoor things to do, better camping, all the whole 9 yards. And kind of spontaneously, unexpectedly, out of the blue, in our favorite small town that we've been looking at, there was a house listed, I kid you not, $100,000 under our budget. And when it first got listed, I was like, no, something's wrong. Like this is like 100K below the next level. Like it was listed at like around 350, and like the regular price of a detached house in this home is 450. So I was like, there's got to be something wrong. So I was looking at the ad. They were like, oh, they do. It was forthright. It needs a new furnace, needs a new electrical panel upgrade. But to be honest, again, Krish works in home inspecting. Like we know the price range of the like all in this stuff is only like 10 or 15 grand. Like 100K is that's kind of crazy. And I was like, it has to be ugly. It has to be bad. It has to be like super gross on the inside, asbestos everywhere. And then I looked at the photos. Oh my God. It was nice. It was a nice house. And so Krish and I were like looking at each other, and that like we did some mortgage calculating. And so the reason why we weren't able to make the move rural is because, especially in the price range that we were in, like I have a middle class income in architecture, but I still haven't earned enough on my own to qualify for anything by myself. And because Krish is an independent contractor as a home inspector, if we are moving to a different province in Canada, his income here in our city now doesn't count, because it's like technically when you move somewhere else, you can't have the same guaranteed income because you're starting a new business from the ground up again. So the bank actually wants you to move to the new place and have and start over essentially. And then in 2 years, you can qualify for your income to contribute to the mortgage that you are pursuing. So this house was so low that I was able to qualify just by myself, which, like, again, this is so unexpected. This was so, like, I still don't understand. I'm not, anyway. So we messaged our realtor that we have kind of been off and on talking to for, like, literally 2 or 3 years that we've been looking in this small town now. And we were like, hey, what's the deal with this house? And she was like, oh, like, I don't know, like it got listed last year and it didn't send, and like, or it didn't sell, and like the owner's just trying again, but they are even a little bit lower this time because it's probably one of those situations where they actually do have to offload it. And we were like, oh, okay. And she was like, from what I've seen, like I've walked clients through it, like it actually doesn't really look like there's any like major red flags. Like, and Krish and I were like, okay. And the house got listed on Friday. We ended up slingshotting out to this small town. It's like 5 hours away, but we slingshotted out, and we were like, on Sunday, we were like, let's go see it. Let's just go see it. Like, there has to be something in person that, like, because Chris was like, I'll bring my thermal camera, I'll bring some of my home inspection stuff, and like we'll see what's wrong. And we go see this house, and yeah, there's no major red flags. Like everything that he like that was disclosed, needing a new furnace, needing a new electrical panel, like all these upgrades, all of those things, like that was it. That was all he caught. in at least like an initial walkthrough, without doing like a full like in-depth home inspection. We didn't do that. It was like there's a name for when you have a home inspector just with the walkthrough, and it just helps you get a feel of it. And I don't even know how to describe this. Like synchronistically, when we saw it in person, like Krish and I have always had a really kind of weird little checklist of things that we've always wanted in a home. I've always loved the vaulted attic ceilings. I've always loved the like kind of 2-story little miners homes that, or I guess a 1.5 story with like the dormers and like the kind of character of the kind of, what year would I say this range is? Like the 30s to the 40s, how those homes were built in that era. I've loved that era. This house was built in 1946. It is a 1.5 story with the converted attic bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is in a dormer, and I'm looking at this. The interior trims of this house are all, I don't know if it's maple or if it's oak, but it's all natural wood. It's got beautiful glass kind of French doors between, there's like a little front sunroom area when you first walk in, and then there's like the beautiful glass doors. There's a glass door between the upstairs and the main level. And then even just like, there's so many of these tiny miner homes in these little mountain towns that just are like 600 square feet, and you can kind of fit everything. Like you can get a living room and a kitchen going, but you might not have space for a dining room. Well, this home has a beautiful main floor layout with an open concept that flows between the living room and the dining room. I've always wanted a front porch. It doesn't have a front porch, it has a front deck, which is really interesting. So I'm kind of like, okay, I'll take it. These like double sliding doors that open into a front deck. The yard is like, I'm not really a gardener, and I'm big into natural landscaping. I always have. The yard is naturally landscaped with like rock and planters and like, so we're walking through this house and we're just like, oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, I love this. The kitchen is a galley style kitchen. So, and it's really big and long. Krish and I love to cook together, but I hate cooking with another person if I feel like I have to just like get in their way all the time. But like the really long galley style, amazing. And then our biggest thing that they didn't have photos of in the ad that we wanted to see in person was storage. Because Krish and I work in arts and culture, we work on events. We also do a lot of DIY home renos, a lot of DIY build projects. So we have a lot of tools, we have a lot of decor, we have a lot of miscellaneous furniture. For us, we just have like really niche storage needs that no other house has really been able to check off the box for us. This house, it had a single detached garage, but it's so long. It's like the single detached garage, and then there's a room, and then there's another room. And so the amount of storage there is crazy. The basement isn't finished. It's kind of almost like a dugout. It's like a full height, but like you would never actually convert it into like a living space, to be honest, just with the age of the home and like how low the foundation is and stuff. But it's so much storage down there too. So all the storage needs are met. All of the like weird little character niche quirks that I love are included in this house. And so we were like, okay, screw it. Like our lease is up in June. We don't know what we're doing. Let's just YOLO an offer in on this house and see what happens. And we got it. And we got it. So I'll show photos on stream in the coming weeks or months. I don't have them ready today. We're still just working out. Technically, we don't have possession until the end of next month. So it's still in a little bit in limbo. But as far as not regular streaming and then big life updates, this has been kind of the new job switch, and then this pivot. Now, all of a sudden, I have to kind of pack up and move like 5 hours away from where I live, like within a month, which is like, if you told me 2 months ago that was going to be the plan, I would be like, you're kidding. No way. But it's just sometimes life happens fast. And so where I'm going with this, with what's next with live streaming, I'm so freaking excited because this house, has so much potential. Like, it's like, how do I describe this? It's like 80, no, not 80. I'd say it's like 60% good. Like, it's livable. It's good enough. There's no asbestos. There's like finished drywall. There's things that can be done, but everything that needs to be done to this house is literally just aesthetic, or like in the interest of just turning it into our own house. So that's really exciting for me, because on stream, in like pretty much probably for the next year, we get to go back to why I started streaming in the first place, which is live stream, like live design on stream, and working through like real life home design projects together. One of my favorite live streams I've ever done was when I RL streamed actually like painting my bathroom live and just hanging out with chat and talking to you guys. There's so much potential and so many things that I have in my mind that can be done. So, oh my god, I can't wait. And like, for us, this is like a 6-year game of chess. This is like, I don't say this lightly. This is kind of like low-key my dream house. It's small. It's only like 1,100 square feet or whatever. But I love that. It's like the perfect amount of size for us to feel like it's manageable. The perfect amount of house to play with, to like update. Oh my god, I have so many ideas with what I want to do for just like leaning into the house as it already is, but just making it so much more character. I just want to take the character of this like 1940s house and just like dial it up to just like so aesthetic and vibey. So that's what's coming. That's what's coming. So I think moving forward, obviously I have to move very far from where I live now in like the next month. So I don't know if you're gonna see me much until after this is sorted. I do have my own office there though, and I will have my own studio space that I'm so excited to set up. And then hopefully in the summer we can hit the ground running with a lot of these like we have to 3D model the house. We have to actually like do the as-built of it. We can start doing like some larger schematic design things. The nice thing about it is that none of the layout actually has to be changed, but there is some things that we need to do like immediately. The primary bedroom on the second story, it's like, because it's in like a converted attic space, there's actually no closet system or like closet space for us to store our clothes. So like one of the first things we're gonna have to do is I want to do just like one of those really beautiful full-length wall, like closet walls, basically, with like, I've been watching videos about converting IKEA PAX closet systems for sloped attic roofs to make them work. So we're probably gonna get back into the IKEA kitchen and IKEA closet editor again, which I had so much fun with those the first time. I'm so excited to jump back into those as well too. There's just a lot of small little projects that I would love to look into more. I've even been getting reels and TikToks about the girlies like making their own backsplash tile for their kitchens, and I'm like in their ovens, and I'm kind of like art stream making backsplash question mark. So I'm so elated. I'm so excited for where stream is gonna go later on in this year and the potential that we have. It still doesn't really feel that real to me, so I've given you pretty much the gist of all the updates that I like kind of have, and like I don't really have any specifics yet. One of the things I'm trying to prioritize though for the rest of this year is doing more kind of intentional short form content, focusing on the actual house projects that we're doing. So if you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, if you want to see this house and you want to see what we plan to do and then the updates that we are doing, that's I think where I'll be keeping it all there. I don't know if I really am gonna do any long form YouTube content around the house renovations itself. I think I'll keep that all to live streaming and short form. So that's where that's gonna go. And in addition to finally having a house project for real life, we also now have an amazing backyard workspace to finish our camper van renovation, which I will actually be doing more long form content focusing on that, because I have video like roughly scripted already for that stuff. But like our camper van interior is probably like 60% done. It needs a roof, it needs light, or like a ceiling on the inside, it needs lights, it needs plumbing. There's a lot of like there's a lot to do yet on the inside, and we just have never finished it because we've been playing this chess game with trying to end up in this like small mountain area that we've been gunning for 6 years. So yeah, so I just, my little creative heart is like exploding in inspiration and excitement right now. I am also looking forward to like, we've been doing a lot of build and design stuff on stream, but it's a little bit different when you are talking about like theoreticals for like a fictional Inzoi house versus when it's actually like a real life thing. Just a lot more I don't know. I just when it's actually like gonna turn into a real project, I'm so much more excited about sharing that process with you guys, about how like a concept to design to 3D model to real life build actually goes, and the curveballs that might come with it. Because to be honest, again, house built in the 40s, old wiring, old plumbing, like we don't really know what we're gonna unearth or uncover. I am crossing my fingers that there isn't like, I'm still trying to think what could be behind the walls that is gonna screw us over with the cost that we got it at. But yeah, it's super exciting. And again, going back to kind of the Angorabuilds roots, which is really exciting as well, because I was actually like on the edge of remaking my whole channel trailer, because I was like, I don't know when we're gonna actually do real life build projects on stream. And that's kind of what I advertised my channel as. That's what I made my channel as. That's what I always wanted it to be. And the build game content kind of was just like it. I love it, by the way. I'm not going to stop doing build game content. We're going to talk about Paralives in a second too. But the real life stuff has always been the main driver for why I started doing this. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm elated. I'm stoked. I think that's like the big updates that I have in regards to timeline and plans moving forward. To be completely honest, I don't know when I can promise or guarantee a regular stream schedule, at least until we're like settled and kind of figure out what life is gonna look like there. So in between the house content, I will also be trying to do a lot more short form on my job, my career as an architectural technologist, what I do on like a weekly basis, just because I am doing more site visits and more interesting construction stuff too. So the gears are spinning, the wheels are turning. There are plans in the works. Timeline, don't know. Consistency, promise, not yet. But I really wanted to come live today and just talk about this for like an hour, especially because I think in the time that I have like kind of taken this pause from live streaming, like I've crested over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm like basically on the crest of monetization. I'm so excited. By the way, I love YouTube, but YouTube is always been my #1 project content platform in pursuit. So I'm very happy with how it's been going for the amount that I haven't been actually present on the platform in the last like year and a bit since I sold my house and stuff got stirred up. So Homestyler, which I did promise we would do today, and we're almost at the 1 hour of yapping mark, so we could probably pivot over to Homestyler. And then I want to dip into Paralives a little bit too. I'm kind of timing in my stream today a little bit on purpose because I know Paralives, I think it comes on the 25th, and I would like to do a second secret stream just testing that because I know it's going to be a really exciting build challenge, and I've watched some video content of the home builder and like the tools and like how you can resize things and the hex colors and stuff like that. But I haven't watched anything in terms of tutorials or like the actual UI of the build mode on purpose. I've only ever watched trailers and like teasers just because I don't want to know. I want my authentic first impression, and I'm scared if I don't do my authentic first impression within the first week that it's launched, I'm gonna get too much content in my like I won't be able to resist watching the content, and then I might spoil it for myself. I almost watched like the 45-minute gameplay trailer that they dropped this week, and then I was like, no, I can't. I have to wait and let it launch and then try it. So I'm aiming for Tuesday of next week. I can't do it on the day it comes out. I can't do it on the 25th because I will be traveling for work, but I am hoping on Tuesday we could do a little secret secondary Paralives stream before I disappear into the ether for a month again and kind of drop off for a little bit longer, but bear with me. Homestyler, you think we're stable enough to do it? You think we're good? Because I was unstable at the beginning. I'm actually, I'm gonna text Krish and make him check for me. Sec, okay, give me 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll see how the VOD does after this with the lags and the drops. I'll try and keep an eye. Like, the reason why I'm hesitant to do Homestyler is just because I have the like stream health tracker on my second monitor, and if I'm focused on what's happening in Homestyler, I'm worried I won't catch it. If it drops, I can at least watch it while I yap here. So I've seen it drop at least 2 or 3 times. I'll give it a shot. I don't think we have a lot left with Homestyler, so let's refresh our memory. I was trying to watch my VOD just this week because I was trying to remember exactly what went into it. But here we go. Can you see it? Here we are. So if you missed the first stream and you haven't heard about Homestyler yet, and this is your first drop in, Homestyler was originally an Autodesk software that was bought by a third-party company from Autodesk at a later time. I don't remember exactly when that time window was. I remember we talked about it. We learned that last time I streamed about Homestyler. And Autodesk is the company that owns Autodesk Revit, which is the software that I use in my line of work. It's also, you've probably heard of AutoCAD. It is an Autodesk product as well. So I do recall this Homestyler being very Autodesk coded still. There's a lot about it in terms of the UI and the navigation around it that is very reminiscent of my experience working in Autodesk Revit on a day-to-day basis, which is amazing to see in a free planner. I still think even now it is tentatively, cautiously my favorite planner that we've tried, just for the sheer amount of customization and tools and like just everything that's available to you just in the free version. It's actually insane. Kind of blowing my mind actually when we were playing with it then. And we left it off doing pretty much the walls, windows, doors, and finishes, I believe. But yeah, like I said here, you can see this like new sidebar. I don't know. I have to check the old VOD to see if it was here in October to be able to do these things. Because the house that we are building is this guy. Wait, There we are. So if you've watched my videos, if you've caught up on my like free floor planner series, you know that whenever we're testing a new free floor planner online, we always use this tiny house design as the litmus test, just because it is small, it is quick to build, and it is my own design, so I know it super well. Why is the window so small? Let's make it bigger. It also has some unique, quirky design features, like space-saving design features that I think are really interesting to try and test on free floor planners, because it is like a pretty intricately designed space. And when we're talking about real projects, real construction, construction complexities, being able to communicate those digitally so that your contractor knows what he's doing or what they're doing is super important. So things like bulkheads or dropped floors, you'll see here when I cut through this guy here, we have a lower staircase to a dropped floor platforms that you can stand up in the second story of the loft. It wraps around and continues into the master bedroom here so that you get full height standing room, a full wall closet system, and a bed platform. I think it just makes a tiny house feel more like a conventional home as opposed to a tree fort or a loft or something of that nature. So it's like, I'd say this is like 90% designed. There's certain things like in the bathroom here, we have laundry, and I would have loved to do like a custom millwork built-in kind of closet laundry hybrid thing. We haven't admittedly got to that. But the kitchen itself is so custom. Like, we definitely can just do the kitchen today and get a feel for the level of customization in the cabinetry that Homestyler is capable of. So we'll start with the cabinets first, but I do want to potentially dabble in this roof tool. I'm afraid of the roof tool. Roofs, stairs, and railings are notoriously difficult to, well, roofs and stairs are notoriously difficult to 3D model in most 3D modeling softwares for houses. It's even with Autodesk Revit, which was developed for 3D building design, stairs and roofs are still some of the more tricky aspects of my job. So trying to tackle a roof tool is going to be interesting. I do recall being impressed with the stairs though, because you were able to customize like the rise and the run, the number of steps, the step width, the step height. Like this is insanely impressive for a free builder just right out the gate. I can't even remember, we should look at the end what you get with the paid version of Homestyler, because if all of this is available for free, like, oh my god. The other aspect of it that I kind of love is I do really like that it has similar UI transfer to my professional softwares, because say you're a student or like interested in a potential career pivot into design or the architecture world and just want to get your toes wet for 3D modeling. There's a lot about this that I think it's obviously not a one-for-one, but I do think that this is like a really accessible way to try it. And because the UI is somewhat reminiscent of what I'm used to, if you did decide to take the plunge and go to school for architectural technologies, interior design, or architecture, some of the tools might already actually be familiar to you when you get into school without having to do like an Autodesk free trial in advance. So I think that's a really cool aspect of this as well that I really like to see, especially like one thing I've learned from being on TikTok is how much interest there is in architectural technologies as a career. Hence the intended pivot into like actually talking about my job and what I do a little bit more, because it seems like there's a lot of interest there. There's a lot of interest there. So, I have to refamiliarize myself with navigating this. By the way, I'll be so FFR for reals. I probably should have taken maybe like an hour to like refamiliarize myself with what we're doing. I did not. Admittedly, I did not. I I think we'll get the gist of it quickly here. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah, show all floors. This is how we see. So this is kind of where we left it at. So like this in comparison to this. We'll keep this. Hold on, I want my section box gone so that we can just get the full guy back. Clearly we have a long way to go. But we were able to get this overhang. And now I'm wondering with the dormer tool if we can rework the second story to try and make this roof situation happen, but I'll play with it at the end. I think I just kind of want to leave this attempt for last. This is a really complicated roof for most home builders to try and build. Even in the Sims, like 3D planners and builders don't seem to really like dormers and sloped ceilings and attic roofs very much. So, hi Krish. How's it going? Thank you for popping in. How's my stream? How's it doing? Oh, why is this not flush? This should be the same. I don't even know how we can, like, I don't know how we can fix this. I'll play with this after. Okay, first floor. We're doing the cabinets. We're doing the cabinets. I think there was also a way that you could walk in first person through the space, hey? Anybody recalls? Save camera position, camera settings, switch view, fit to screen. Hold on, switch view. No. Camera settings? No. And size limit. But yeah, please let me know if I'm lagging and how I'm doing, because I'm pretty sure I've already dropped off twice. But if we've caught up and we're good, then I'll move forward with doing Homestyler today. Is high. Also, I did add emotes. I added some fun emotes while I was hanging out in my little hiatus. All of my emotes are now little icons of my pets. So, if you've seen Odin around in the back of my stream, that is he. Cabinets. I'm wondering the best way to do this. Do we do this in 2D first? Let's see what we have, I guess. We'll go to, so there's decorate. I recall not remembering or even maybe finding the cabinet options. AI fabrics. Oh, there's so many AI tools integrated in this builder, by the way. I'm a little bit, I don't know how I feel about how much there is, but also, like, I don't know. It's no. It's lagging. Trish says I'm lagging in a separate text. He also might be kind of more rural right now, so maybe his service isn't great. I mean, we'll just wing it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If it feels like it's, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I still have the local recording of this, but, cabinets. So, custom furniture. This is what's behind the paywall. I mean, we get a 3 free trial. Oh, he's testing other streamers first and then gonna test me. I mean, you know what though? Okay, I'm not that mad about having custom cabinetry like this behind a paywall. I get it. But we get 3 free, so what does that mean? Custom cabinet, base cabinet. See, already this is better, by the way. I kind of forget what our cabinet configuration is here. I'll show you in... We have the elevations here in Revit. So this is the fridge. We have a wall-mounted oven with, I think, a microwave on top here at the upper level. I don't know if this would be practical. This might not be the best idea in hindsight. We could put the microwave maybe in like this drawer or even like behind this door here or something and turn this into an upper at a later time. Oh, it does look like my quality's dog shit. Okay, you know what? Do we save this? I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Hold on. Let me just check some of my settings. Oh yeah, I want I want it to be a good stream. I want it to I don't want to be choppy the whole time for you guys if I'm gonna do this before we dive back in. One sec. Where's my stream health? I'm very torn right now because I have wanted to finish this Homestyler test. But I want the quality to be good. And am I just dropping, like, am I lagging, like jittering, or is it like you have to refresh my stream, Krish? God damn it. See, this is partially why you haven't seen me for 8 months? No. 4 months. 3 months? 5 months? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June? Oh my god, almost 8 months. 7 months. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, almost 8 months. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. I have missed it. Krish, are you in the chat still? Hello. He does say he's home in 20 minutes. But I don't know how to kill time for 20 minutes. I'm trying to decide what to do here. Okay. I want to stream Paralives this week too. But aside from being hardwired into my internet, I don't know what else I could do to make this better. Unless I change my output to a lower quality. But see, I don't even know if that'll help. Like I said, Krish has struggled with just like playing CSGO online with random people. One sec. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Okay. I think I have a decision. I'm trying to decide timeline here. It seems like YouTube is doing a little bit better than Twitch, just in terms of lag and freezing. And I wonder if it has to do with just how YouTube's like VOD playback window works, or like how it's buffering it. I don't really know why, but just between the two streams, actually see even my, sorry, I have YouTube open now because I'm trying to check on my iPad and I'm frozen there. So, okay. I don't like this. Hey Astral, how's it going? Lagging? Yes, okay, you came at a perfect time. Am I lagging? See, Krish says YouTube's fine. Not really? Are you? Yeah, I guess you're on Twitch, huh? Then YouTube is fine. Small delay, but it's like normal. Oh my gosh, Kay, thank you for confirming for me. I'm actually just weighing. I gave my huge 1 hour life update with what's been going on in terms of our housing situation, buying a house and moving, and where that's going to go with content, which is really exciting. But I wanted to continue testing Homestyler, but I don't want to test Homestyler live if it's literally just going to be a slog for anyone trying to watch. I'd almost rather record the reaction or like the stream offline and just upload it in my VOD playlist for the home testers. So our neighborhood just has terrible internet, unfortunately, which we didn't know when we moved here in October, which has contributed to part of the reason that I haven't been as regular as I wanted, because I have been afraid of this happening and my fears have been confirmed. I'm gonna pause for a sec now that Astral's in the chat and just see if you're here for a bit longer, if you notice what I'm speaking of and speaking to. Foxies, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, by the way. To say verbally. Oh, it's lagging quite a bit. See, yeah, there we are. I missed you so much. I missed you too. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. You're coming in after my 1 hour big long life update. The VOD will be on YouTube if you want to start it at the beginning. Might be on mobile though. It's because it's freezing intermittently. So yeah, that's what Krish is saying too. Krish is having the same feedback. So my thought here, I mean, I did preface today that I was only going to do a short secret stream. I don't want to finish testing Homestyler if the quality of my stream is dog shit. So, see, Krish is giving me an update now too on YouTube side. I'm actually frozen on my YouTube. YouTube doesn't freeze. My YouTube is frozen. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. It's all terrible. I wanted to stream Paralives on Tuesday, which is partially the reason for my kind of secret comeback. This sucks. Yeah. I think Twitch seems good. Foxies, are you watching on desktop or are you watching on mobile? Because both of my helpers that are checking in are doing it from mobile. Like a 6 to 10 second delay. I'm on PC. Like maybe it's better on computer. So the reason why I feel like I can see there's an issue because my viewer count is literally just like bam, 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 bam. And it only really like jumps like that if my stream is dropping for people and then they just leave because it isn't stable. I'm kind of fluctuating at a very weirdly unnatural rate of viewership. I'm actually curious to watch to look at the like viewership stats afterwards because it's weird. It's weird. And the only time I've seen this before was when my internet was really, really bad at our previous house and we like had to get the TELUS or utilities to update our like router and stuff. And then once we updated our hardwire, but this isn't a hardwire issue this time, I don't think. The internet in this house that we moved into in October has just been consistently ass, to put it bluntly. I'm just like, I'm really still on the fence if I... Is that your plugins reconnecting? I don't understand how it's running perfectly on YouTube but not Twitch, says Krish. It could be a dual stream issue too, because it takes a lot more upload size to do dual streaming. Yeah, he's saying it's not internet related unless YouTube handles that better somehow. I do have a feeling that YouTube is a little bit better at, like I've noticed my YouTube streams are always consistently a little bit behind my Twitch ones if I open both at the same time. But I wonder if that's just YouTube's way of adding like a little bit of lag to protect the quality of the stream. But yeah, because my goal is to stream Pair Lives on Tuesday. But what I'm wondering moving forward, I think maybe what we're gonna have to do is not dual stream. Maybe. That might be the issue. Potentially. Potentially. See, and I'm worried too that it stabilizes when I do just chatting, but if I'm like actually manipulating it around, does it change? Hold on. I changed the view of this, by the way. You can change like, hold on. Material mode, material and wireframe. Wireframe. I like the material and wireframe so we can see what we did. Only Wi-Fi thing I had that is rental friendly is Starlink. I've seen some van YouTubers use it and they say it's good, but I haven't looked into it much. I'll be on desktop in like 30 minutes. My Android isn't gonna let me watch. I'll be back. Okay. I mean, I might have to end stream. It's suspensive though, I think. Okay, so this this kind of feeds into the life update. Kirsch and I bought a house in a brand new town about 5 hours away. Very unexpectedly, surprisingly, not in the plan at all, but it just life comes at you fast, and there was an opportunity that was just so amazing, and it's basically like my dream house, and I'm so elated and excited. But the small town, I think, does have fiber. However, Starlink is my mental backup. Because we ended up renting Starlink during one of our festival events last year because I had a deadline or like something work related that I really, really needed to do. And we were also in a we were in an event space that had no service. So like for security and safety and like harm reduction and all of this, that like we needed Wi-Fi. But I was able to, because I had to work, I worked off of the Wi-Fi, and it was insanely good. It's insanely good. I've heard from van streamers that they have a really good experience with Starlink. And I think that there's a company out of Europe that is going to be a competitor to it, which is really exciting because I'm not a big fan of supporting Elon Musk at this point. But it is, I think it is expensive. I think. Oh. I'm scared. I'm scared my quality is going to be bad, and then I'm going to start doing all of this and it's not going to be good. I mean, I guess the VOD on YouTube might be fine. I'm trying to decide. I'm really on the fence just because I know I don't think I have time for the rest of this weekend to hop on live and finish this once I troubleshoot things. I'll definitely tune in for Para if you do go live. Yeah, if I do, it'll be on Tuesday. I think, okay, yeah, what I'm leaning towards doing, honestly, is just finishing. I think I'm gonna finish testing Homestyler off stream and post the VOD. Then I can do it at my own time. But get my shit in order for my live stream for Para Lives on Tuesday. Because I would much rather be live for that than fighting with live for this, fortunately. Especially because at this point, I think it's eaten like half an hour into my stream, and I can only stream for a small window today. So by the time we get going, I'd have to go in about an hour anyways, and I don't know if that'll be enough time to finish it. I don't know. But at the very least, hold on. What's Krish saying? Yeah, Krish says we'll get this fixed by Tuesday. He'll help me troubleshoot it off stream. Now that we know that there's an issue, and we'll play with a few options, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't wanna. It's not a good feeling when you know your tech is an issue. So it's not good. It's not good. But yes, part of the reason why I have not been regular is this stupid internet. So real life fear manifested, unfortunately. Yeah, so as I mentioned though previously, a lot of exciting updates and new content coming to the channel, as well as the actual live streams. I'm so freaking excited to RL stream some real life build stuff and everything in the future. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I will post when I'm actually gonna be live and know what's going on, as well as I have a lot of short form series plans in the works just in regards to my impeding coming home renovations or like renovation. I don't even know if I want to use the word reno though, like per se, because there's just a lot that it's just home facelift. So more short form on the home stuff, and actually more stuff I think about my job, because I have had a lot of interest in that. So I think I'm gonna start actually sharing a bit more short form stuff about what I do on a day-to-day and like what goes into my career. So yay, I love those videos. Yay, I'm glad, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'm so excited. I started this channel when we were renovating our first bungalow because Angorabuilds was always intended to be like a real life build live stream channel. That's what my long-term goal has been for it. That's what I've always kind of wanted to do with it. I love the build game stuff, and I'm always going to do the build game stuff too, but the real life design, real life projects, that's what I've always wanted to share. So I'm so excited and elated that we have like the perfect house to be able to do that and share that with you guys. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, because Wi-Fi, and yeah, I might just think about how I want to approach the Homestyler, if I do it as a YouTube long form VOD, like pre-recorded, or if I like honestly, if I can fix my live stream for Paralives on Tuesday, then I will finish Homestyler like next week. Probably. Probably. I'll be irregular and inconsistent for a while, so follow me on my other socials to stay updated. But yeah, I'm gonna tap out, unfortunately. And thank you so much for watching still, regardless, especially for my first stream back in like 8 months. I appreciate everybody that has been still keeping up with my year-long inconsistencies and erratic. When you're not stable in your life because you don't have like a permanent place that you're in, like I've moved 2 times in the last 6 months, so it's really hard to try and juggle the consistency in this with all of that. But again, I appreciate still having interest, keeping up, still following me. Thank you so much. I will keep y'all updated and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.